In topic 5, we will learn about speed and velocity, just like we have learned about distance and displacement. Okay, so let's begin. Speed. What is speed and what is velocity? We often encounter with this term speed, right? The train is moving with a speed of 50 km per hour, or the car is traveling or having a speed of 60 km per hour, and so on. So what exactly we mean by speed and this velocity, and what is the difference between these two terms? In fact, both of them turn out to be one same only, but still quantity wise or in physics they both have been separated. So what we mean by speed, let's understand. Now actually speed means, or speed is a distance covered by a body in a unit time. Whatever distance a particular object which is in motion covers in some sort of time, like for example, if a body is covering 50 kilometer distance in 1 hour, so the speed of that body would be, or the car would be 50 kilometer per hour. Fine. So this is called as speed. So what could be difference in that velocity? What is velocity? Let's see. The velocity is related with displacement, like speed was related with distance. The displacement that occurs in a unit time is called as velocity. Means in speed we need distance, and in velocity we must know what is displacement. And by now you should be very much clear what is the basic difference between distance and displacement. Of course, the actual path, whatever the body covers, it will be the distance, and whatever the shortcut or the shortest path which the body covers is called as the displacement. Now let me give an example to understand both this parameter in one simple way. Suppose we took an auto or a cab to go from one place to another place. Suppose you started your journey from station and you take all the long and different sorts of part. You take some right, some left, and then go straight, and once again you turn towards your destination. In this entire part, they show something on the meter of the cab, that is so and so kilometer you have traveled. What do you think? Is it a distance or a displacement? Of course, the auto driver or the cab driver will of course see how much efforts he have paid to draw that car from one place to another by traveling the entire or the actual path. So he will of course encounter, or he'll of course count the actual entire path, which is called as the distance. But suppose if you are traveling from Mumbai to Pune, you have many options, and let's say if you are traveling by a plane. Now plane, unlike bus or train, it won't go many twists and turns. It will directly try to follow the straight path, and that's the reason with huge and tremendous velocity or speed, the train will reach from first to end point or starting to ending point in a very short span of time. So by now if you understand, this is the term which differentiate between speed and velocity. In speed we make use of distance, and in velocity we make use of the displacement, which is also the distance but the shortest distance. So technically, by understanding the meaning, this was about distance, this was about speed and velocity. Fine. Now since speed is related with distance, and distance doesn't need any sort of direction, it will be of course a kind of scalar quantity. Now that's the formula for speed. Speed is equals to distance traveled upon time taken, the 7th or 6th standard formula which we are learning. Speed is distance traveled upon time. In case of velocity, this distance will be replaced by the shortest or the shortcut path or the shortest distance, which we call as displacement. So velocity is displacement upon time. Now if you see, which I was talking about, in speed we need distance, that is we don't need any sort of direction, we only need magnitude, 5 meter to travel 6 feet height and whatever it is. So speed is a scalar quantity. But in order to say in which direction the plane must move to reach Pune as fast as possible, they should also know the direction along with the speed. So whenever we need speed as well as direction, that is displacement, it makes velocity a vector quantity. This was about which is scalar and vector quantity. Next it would be speed is equal to or greater than velocity, just same like what we have done in distance and displacement. Speed is greater than velocity. In this case, velocity is equal to or greater than the speed. So this was the actual understanding and the meaning behind what is speed and what is velocity by terms of definition. Now speed samjha, distance samjha, displacement samjha, velocity samjha. In order to relate all this analogy, we must also understand what are the units, because for every particular physical quantity we should also know uska SI unit kya hai. If you remember, we have studied 3 main types of unit system: MKS system, CGS system and FPS system. MKS को ही दूसरा नाम क्या दिया गया था? It was undertaken as SI system. So let's understand what are the SI units and what are the units for speed and velocity. So in this section let's start with the formula. We'll never mug up anything in physics. We'll only understand and we'll only learn with the help of all the formulas and concepts. Speed का formula था distance upon time, right? Speed distance upon time. Tell me distance को किस में measure करते हैं? Distance is a length, right? So distance is measured in meter, and time is measured in second. So the MKS or SI system में speed the unit is meter upon second, which is pronounced as meter per second. Same will be for the case of velocity also, because velocity क्या है? Displacement upon time. तो displacement को किस में measure करते हैं? Because displacement is also kind of distance only, it will be measured in meter. Time will be also measured in second. Time दोनों के लिए same है, right? So speed and velocity में दोनों का units are same in case of MKS and CGS system. Meter upon second, which is also called as meter per second. Fine. Speed और velocity का SI system में unit is meter per second, which is written as M per S. Now let's talk about CGS unit. Now in case of CGS, the formula will be same. Speed is distance upon time, but in CGS system, distance is measured in centimeter. Distance is measured in centimeter, and time is measured in second. Same will be the case for velocity also. Distance is measured in centimeter, time will be in second. So the unit will be centimeter upon second or centimeter per second. Fine. So this explains us what is the unit for speed. Units for speed are meter per second, SI unit, and centimeter per second, that is CGS unit. Now speed is associated with या related with the distance. Speed distance को relate करता है, and velocity displacement से related है. Fine. So speed and velocity, this was about top concept, and also about the unit. Unit में क्या देखा हम लोग ने? The unit of the speed and velocity are same, that is meter per second in case of SI, या फिर centimeter per second in case of CGS. Now you might be wondered or worried about, when we have begun this topic or session, we have said about the example of car and plane, right? The speed of the car was 50 kilometer per hour. ये kilometer per hour भी unit था. तो ये कौन सा यूनिट था? स्पीड का ये कौन सा यूनिट था? वेल ऑल दिस यूनिट जो अब तक हमने देखा है, मीटर पर सेकंड एंड सेंटीमीटर पर सेकंड, दिस वी यूज फॉर साइंटिफिक अप्रोच, साइंटिफिक स्टडीज पर्पस ओनली. बट इन आवर डे टू डे लाइफ और इन कमर्शियल यूनिट, वी मेक यूज ऑफ स्पीड एंड वेलोसिटी का यूनिट विच इज कॉल्ड एज किलोमीटर पर आवर. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड कमर्शियल यूनिट. Commercial unit means something which we uses in our day-to-day life or for any trade sort of purpose. So commercial unit of speed and velocity is kilometer per hour, which clearly says क्या? Distance will be measured in kilometer and time will be measured in hours. Fine. Now, since we have understood many types of units, meter per second, centimeter per second, and third unit kilometer per second, there should be no confusion. And in fact, we should know what should be the conversion. मतलब the topic which we are learning is we should know how to convert this commercial unit into SI unit. SI unit में कैसे convert करते? Wait, मतलब क्या? Commercial unit क्या था speed या velocity का? किलोमीटर पर आवर. और SI unit क्या था जो अभी just इसके इस topic के पहले पढ़ा था? It was meter per second. मतलब किलोमीटर पर आवर को मीटर पर सेकंड में convert करना है. Now how do we do that? How do we convert kilometer per hour into meter per second? If I say I want to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, it means that kilometer को हम लोग को मीटर में convert करना है and hours को we must convert in second. Let's see how do we do that. So it simply says that kilometer, some kilometer has to be some meter. There has to be conversion, right? कुछ तो kilometer will be equals to कुछ तो meter. So let's say if 1 kilometer लिया, 1 kilometer is simply 1000 meter. Of course hours के लिए भी करते हैं. Some hours will be some minutes. First we'll convert in minute. 1 hour में कितना minutes? 60 minutes. And let's also convert this minutes into finally second. 1 minute में कितना second? 60 second. So if you understand, 1 hour 60 minute, 1 minute 60 second. Finally 1 hour जो 60 minutes था, अब इस minutes को भी convert करने के लिए, right? This 60 as it is. ये मिनट्स कितना सेकंड होगा? 1 मिनट कितना सेकंड होगा? 60. सो विल मल्टीप्लाई बाय 60 सेकंड. सो फाइनली ये 1 आवर 60 सेकंड में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. 1 आवर सम सेकंड्स में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. सो व्हाट डू वी गेट? 6 6 36 and those 0 as it is. So we get some seconds. So these are simple conversion, right? These are the factors or these are the terms, conversion terms which we are going to use for further part. Now what was the formula for speed, children? Speed or velocity? Speed was equals to distance upon time taken. Now डिस्टेंस किस में लिया था? कमर्शियल यूनिट के लिए डिस्टेंस किस में था? किलोमीटर. एंड टाइम किस में था? आवर्स. दिस वाज द यूनिट ऑफ स्पीड और द कमर्शियल यूनिट ऑफ स्पीड, राइट? किलोमीटर पर आवर. नाउ किलोमीटर को किस में कन्वर्ट करने का? किलोमीटर को किस में कन्वर्ट करने का? मीटर में. सो जस्ट ऑब्जर्व वेरी केयरफुली. 1 किलोमीटर कितना मीटर है? 1000. सो व्हाट आई डू इज आई सिंपली राइट 1 ओवर हियर. 1 किलोमीटर कितना मीटर है? 1000 मीटर. एंड 1 hour, of course we'll also convert this. 1 hour कितना सेकेंड है? 3600 seconds. So what do we get? स्पीड को मीटर पर सेकेंड में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं. Let's simply do this calculation. What do I get? If I want to calculate, let's simply first cut. Here it is meter upon second. What do I do is 0 cut, 0 cut. 2 5s and 2 18s. So finally we are left out with न्यूमरेटर में 5, डिनोमिनेटर में 18. सो जो किलोमीटर पर आवर था वो सामने क्या आया? ऑन राइट साइड वी गॉट 5 अपॉन 18 और इधर ऊपर क्या है? मीटर एंड नीचे क्या है? सेकेंड. सो इफ आई राइट नथिंग बट 1 ओवर हियर, 1 किलोमीटर पर आवर इज सिंपली 5/18 मीटर पर सेकेंड. So this is the conversion formula or the conversion factor which we make use if you want to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. So what is 1 kilometer per hour into meter per second? It is 5/18, which says that कुछ भी किलोमीटर पर आवर को मीटर पर सेकंड में कन्वर्ट करना है तो सिंपली विल मल्टीप्लाई बाय 5/18. इसका उल्टा, if I ask you 1 मीटर पर सेकंड कितना किलोमीटर पर आवर, सिंपली टेक दिस फैक्टर ऑन दिस साइड, तो वो उल्टा हो जाएगा. 18 ऊपर 5 नीचे. 1 मीटर पर सेकेंड विल बी एब्सोल्युटली 18/5 किलोमीटर पर आवर. Okay, so this was the conversion. Hope you understood this concept. Thank you.